tutorial training video on how to update the new events functionality along with the video sermons. So once you log into the editor, you're going to be on the website like this. Some of the links and things are still active, so you can still navigate through the website by clicking on links. It'll take you to different pages. Anytime you mouse over something, you'll also see this little edit icon. If you click on it, it'll let you edit the text or the content, sometimes photos, depending on what it is that you've clicked on. If you ever accidentally change something or mess something up, just make a note of what time it is, and we can the platform is always saving versions, so we can always go to a recent version of the website if you mess something up or change something and you don't know what you did, if you can't figure out how to undo it. So once you're logged in, you can scroll down. You're going to see this is how we've set it up. So this week's service, the weekly service, video service that you guys are going to be putting online, is going to show up right here. It's going to have the name of the person giving the talk, the preacher, the name of the title of the sermon, and then the date that the sermon is posted or preached. So if it was like, Jimmy recording the video for this Sunday, even though he records it on Friday or Saturday or Thursday or whatever, you're going to put the date for the Sunday that it corresponds with, so people can just be aware of which one they're watching. And it's only going to show one right here. It's going to be the most recent one. If you guys, right now we have not made a page that's to archive these, where if people want to go back and watch old ones, we can do that if you want to, but right now this is all it's going to do. It will keep all of them up. They'll all be saved in the website. They just won't be accessible unless we add another page that allows people to go back and watch old ones. If that's something y'all want, let us know. We can add that in. These are the upcoming events right below it. It's just going to show a list of events that you can click on this little arrow. It's going to scroll through them. Same thing, we're going to have the title of the event, a brief subtext, which is a very, very brief explanation of the event. Less than a sentence, maybe one sentence, maybe a tagline, something like that. It is not a place for you to write a long description or explanation of what it is. It's just a brief tagline. The date will show up right here. If you also add in a time, the time will show up here as well. And then there's a link for more info. I will show you how you can control where this link takes you. So if it's a link that's specific to, if it's an event that's specific to the youth group, then this link, you can make it go to the youth page. If it's, this link, when you click on it, it will open up a page for that event. So it'll have the image, the main image that you've put in, the tagline, the date, time, the location, the cost if there is a cost, a registration link if you're doing that. This is a description paragraph where you can add more information, like a fuller description, maybe some instructions, things to bring, stuff like that. You can also drop in videos if you have a video that goes with it. Pictures, it'll just populate the pictures in a little grid right here. And then contact people. So there's a list of church staff that you can choose from, and it'll automatically put those here for the coordinators for the event. Or you can also type in one that's not included in the list. So I'll show you how all that works. So we're going to go back to the home page. I just clicked on this. It should take us to the home page, I believe. Let's see. I'll just go back this way. So in order to add another event, what you're going to do is you're going to go down here to collections, and you click on collections, and then you have these are different collections for the sermon videos, which is a new one we just added, events, ministry list, missionaries, sermons, leaders, all those things. So you're going to click on events. These are just made up ones that we did as placeholders. So then you're going to click new event, type in the name of event. So let's just do Easter egg hunt, and family friendly Easter egg hunt at the park. Let's just say park. All right. Now, so that's going to be that little subtext. if you want this to, like I showed you earlier, it had that little link. Um, if you activate this switch to show this event on the home page only. So that little link that takes you to the event page that has more information for that page, if you turn this on, that link will not show up. So they won't be able to go to an event page. So the times that you would do this, where you would turn this on, is if you're just trying to make an announcement, or it's an event that you can sum up in just one slide on the home page. You don't want it to have its own page. If you leave this off, that link is going to show up and they can click on it to go to that templated page. Hero image, you can just click on this and choose a picture, wherever on your computer, drag and drop it in there, or whatever. Let's see if I have a photo that I can use. I cooked a brisket yesterday, we'll put that on there. And then the date and time, it's going to be, we're going to do our Easter egg hunt in June, on June 21st. That's my birthday. It doesn't make any sense. It's going to be at Louise Hayes Park. And so here also, I forgot, on the date and time, you can also choose the time. If you click on time here, you can choose the times just like this, AM, PM. So just like that. If you don't want the time to show up, you can actually delete that and then just go to the next one. Louise Hayes Park format. Oh, sorry, you do have to include the time. So we'll do time. We're going to do 11:35 a.m. No, we're going to do it at night. Louise Hayes Park cost, it is free. Registration form, we don't have a registration form. Description paragraph, if you want to type in a bigger description of the event. If you have more instructions or a list of items to bring or whatever like that information, you can do that here. If you have a video, you just paste in the video URL. Like if it's from Vimeo or from YouTube, you just copy that URL, paste it in here. Then if you have other images that you want to include here, same thing, click on it. Event coordinators, when you click on this, it's going to have a list. This list right now includes all of the elders, all of the deacons, and all of the church staff. So we're going to say that Clark is organizing this event. Alternate coordinator name, if it's someone who is not in this list of people and you want to add them in. So let's say that Mr. Rogers is also going to help, and his phone number is 555-555-5555. And then you could type in an email@email.com. Now, if you want the event to link to another page on the KCC website, like you want them to also be able to, from that event template page, you want them to be able to access the youth group page or the children's ministry page, you can put that link right in here. So for example, if we wanted it to link also, to the kids, I can copy that URL, go back in here, and I can just paste it right in there. Now when I click create, that other tab that I opened, it thought it was an editor, so I closed it out. All right, so now if we scroll down, we've got this set to show events in the order that they are upcoming. So the nearest events are going to show up first. So you can scroll through. I think because we're in the editor, it's acting a little weird. It's scrolling me up to the top every time. It won't do that on the live site. It shouldn't. If it does, let us know. We can fix it. Oh, it's only showing the 4 upcoming events. So we can change that. If you want it to show all of the events that you have in the CMS, we can. If you want it just to show the 4 that are coming up, the 4 closest ones, we can do that. So here's a youth lock-in. Again, if you click on this, it takes you to the page for the youth lock-in, registration links, and then that's that link, more about this ministry. It would take you to the youth page because we put the youth link in there. Now once you've done that, so once you've done that, we can go back to events. See how it says staged for publish? It won't show up on the live site until I click publish here. Now I'm not going to do that because it'll actually publish it to the live site, and all these made up events will show up, and we don't want it to do that. But that's basically how you're going to add those events. Let me know if you have any questions. I can answer your questions or address anything else or changes that need to be made. Now, if we go back to the collections tab, you're going to see the sermon videos. That's that collection for the for right here, these videos right here. So when we go to sermon videos, same thing. You can do a new sermon video, put in the preacher name, so Ricky Pruitt, sermon title, How I Get It Done. Because he does, he gets it done, you know, and we need to know how he gets it done, so he's going to share it with us. Video URL, you just go to YouTube or Vimeo, copy the URL, put it in right here, paste that video URL, and then, like I said, the date that the date for the Sunday that the sermon corresponds with, or the sermon or the service, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's going to be the whole service or just a sermon. But once you do that, you're going to click create, and then again you'd have to publish it. So it's very simple, very straightforward, and that's it. So let me know if you have any problems. You can try to add in a few events and the sermon that's coming up, the service that's coming up. Also, what you can do on these events, once the event is passed, once it's already gone by, you can click on the event and scroll down to the bottom. I would not delete them. You can delete them here if you want to. I would recommend that you archive the events. Click on this link to archive it. It will save that item in the back end of the website, but it will no longer show up on the live website. But then if you ever needed to go back and reference that event or reuse it, you could unarchive it, you could duplicate it, you could reuse it, and then just change the information that needs to be changed. So you'd already have the images, the description, all that stuff that's in there. You just change what you need to change. And then of course you would save it and publish it as a new event. So once an event passes, go ahead and come in here and archive it. So let me know if you have any questions, and we'll try to answer those for you guys.